Yeah, hey, hey, whoa, hey, yo, oh, oh, yeah. Mm-mm. Look at the world today, it's full of misery. Blindness, madness, headed for destruction. Yeah. But the day will come when this madness shall end. And with this open hearts, we'll love till God's new world begins. Here in Shangri-La, here inside our hearts.
Some schools came together and solved their problems. They I don't know, probably the school board didn't have everything worked out like ours did. Now, it was a brand new school, and I'm sure they, now, understanding the full picture, they probably had worked years planning and preparing the school and getting the themes worked out and the colors and everything. And so really, in reality, they couldn't have changed it really, but now I know. But uh, our particular school was very staunch. Our school faculty, let's say the district, took a real strong, staunch, made real good decisions on it's gonna be like this, like this, like that. Now, when we first got together, we formed a student council. Now, we tried to balance it out. You know, we had so many blacks on the student council and so many whites on the student council. I guess it was basically the top, the top students who were in the white school and some of the top, more affluent kids in the black school came together, and we formed the student council. Wow! So I was the vice president of the student council for the blacks, and then, okay. Here comes Ben Bernanke. Ben Bernanke was the president. And we had these heavy discussions, and, you know, a lot of kids would counsel with us. We want to change, you know, it's got to be, we got to decide together. And I'd go in, and some of the other students who were on the black kids who were on the student council came together. I was at Goings. And Annie Roberts and Daniel McCrae, just to mention some of the kids who were representatives of the black students. And anyway, Ben was the president of the student council. We formed it together, and we would have these heavy discussions, and we'd share our views that we think the school colors should change, and it should be better, and it will make us feel that we're all a part and we're one school. And it was pretty hot and heavy, and it was pretty, you know, it was the real debating and the issues and all this stuff. So anyway, it went on for a couple of weeks, and really, they were about to change. Things weren't going to change, really. So what really, the main thing is that one event of those meetings, the very last meeting, got really hot and heavy one day, you know, we were talking about it, and we really should change, and it's not fair, and blah, blah, blah. So I was talking to Ben. I made my little statement. I said, you know, blah, 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 we should change, and we would all feel a part, and that we all really cared, and it was all ours together. And Ben, I mean, it was this guy. He was he was the student. He studied, he was right on the spot, he knew his lessons every day, blah, blah. He really got into school. Well, okay, he became, what is he now? He's the chairman of the Federal Reserve of America right now. Anyway, you could see he really went there. So, anyway, he looks me in the eye, Now this changed my life. It really. He looked in my eye, and he's like, you know, Monty, uh, we really can't change things, and it's just not going to work, and we're not going to change. And I looked at him, and I said, you really don't care about, I'll never forget, I was like, you really don't care about how we feel, and you just don't care? And he looked at us like, well, our hands are tied, there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do, and it's just the way things are. He was very expressive, very articulate in his speech. He's always been that way. But anyway, I just looked at him, and I was like, I looked deep in his eyes, and I saw he just didn't care, or he didn't see me cared. Maybe I couldn't really. Here's a kid. I mean, what could he do? You know, it was just, they made us feel good, and we all had our little discussions and stuff. But anyway, I looked at the guy, and he was like, and I just broke. It broke my heart. I tell you, to be honest with you, it broke my heart. And I was like, okay. And from that day, my life took a turn for the better. It made me a better person, because it made me stop and it made me think about, well, if I face this now, I really thought, I used to think about a lot of things. What will it be like in the future? Where is my future headed to? What can I expect in life? Because this really just, I just, broke. And so anyway, to make it short, from there I started really thinking deeply about life and why things were they were. And, like I said, those 3 events made me into something today that I'm very happy. I'm very happy these things happened to me. And it made me search. And because I started searching and looking and trying to understand, I found some answers that really, that brought peace to my mind. And I know a lot of my friends, when I see them talk about even those days, they're still frustrated and they're like very unfulfilled in life. I noticed that a lot. I'm sure it's on both sides. And so what I started, as I got older and started studying these things and looking and searching, I found that everywhere it's the same. To date, I think I've lived in about 45 countries. I speak 7 languages, some fluently, some I can get by. But no matter where I've gone, no matter where I've been, Asia, South America, Africa, Europe, North America, Central America, I see the same thing. And it's the same issues over and over and over. Black, white, red, various shades of brown, and in between, it's the same issue. So race is not peculiar to blacks and whites. It's worldwide. So that was a real, I was like, okay, it's not just America, it's everywhere. And it's even in the whites, white countries, to various shades or ethnic groups or whatever, it's the same thing. And everybody's all fighting and mad at each other and looking at each other like, I'm better than you and you're better than me and blah, 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 blah. So these things, it's just a part of life. It's everywhere the same. So it's not a matter of we're going to solve the problem through government or throw lots of money at it, or this or that solution, or this solution, or this or that, or whatever. It's just human nature that you will have race problems. It's just the way it is. Now, if you look at it from just living in this planet wise, it's very bleak. The world situation right now is really ridiculous, okay? Everybody's blowing each other to smithereens, and it's just not going to stop for a while. But anyway, what it led me to do, because of this, the result of all this, is that I really looked, and I wouldn't have thought about it that much if it hadn't have happened to me. But some of the answers I've gotten
Yeah, hey, whoa, hey. Yo, yeah. Mm-mm. Look at the world today, it's full of misery. Blindness, madness, headed for destruction. Yeah. But the day will come when this madness shall end. And with this open hearts, we'll love till God's new world begins.